Right, I'm just going to run through this rough and ready. Okay, Martin, Oxford Inkjet, we have a Stylus Color 900, 15 years old, something along those lines. What I'm just going to do is show you how to fit a waste ink kit, and bearing in mind we're going to be making this up as we go along, although we've already taken this unit apart. Right, we have already removed screws from here, screw from down in here. We are now going to remove screws from here and screws from here. Excuse the noise in the background. There's an industrial unit. Right, so we've taken that one off. You can actually pull this one off straight away. You can actually pull this one off. It goes, hooks under there and comes up. So you just pull that off, and as soon as you do that, the tray here comes off as well. So put those to one side. You now need to remove, there is a screw down in here. Let me just disentangle for a second. Right. There is a screw just down there. You see that glinting just down there? That is a screw you need to remove next. So I'm just going to do that now. Right. That's now removed. Pop the screw. Right, you can now remove this bit. Now, again, let's turn this around. There is a small flat cable pushing in just here. You will need to pull down on that. Now, getting it back in is a pain in the bum, so just be prepared for that bit. Right, so that's now off there, and now you can remove that one there. Right, next thing, we've already done this, but next thing is two screws, two big brass screws go in, one in here and one just there. So you remove those, we've already done that. So we're now going to take this off. Now you will find there's a whole bunch of bits here where everything is lined up. That makes life a lot harder when you come to take it back off again, but for the purposes of this, I'm just going to show you. Right, that is now off, and again, put to one side. Okay, now, we got all of that sorted. Your waste tubes are, shall zoom in, just there. Now, you can remove this screw here and this screw here to get to the waste pads, but to be honest with you, not really necessary. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull gently. You will find one of these is quite short. I'm just going to clean these as they come out, try and keep the mess to a minimum. Right. That one, the lower one, is shorter, and this one is a lot longer. So just gently pull that out. Right. Just to note, this printer was sent to us by post and has obviously been turned upside down because there's ink everywhere in this damn thing. So yeah, pads in there you can ignore because they're not going to be used anymore. Now, what we're going to do, because this is going to come up against this thing here, we're going to route carefully the waste tubes around the back of that plate. Okay, like that. So I'll just turn it sideways profile on so that you can see. So we bend those round. Be careful not to bend those too much, because if you do, they'll fold. Okay? So those go around there, and that should give us just enough to be able to get to this point. And what we're going to do next is drill. Now I've just realised our drill isn't actually charged up, so I'm going to have to do that now. Right, Bit of charge in the drill, and we found a few pieces as well, so we're now good to go. Right, now the part I'm using is this. It is a screw thread on it, and it has 2 barbs. I'm going with this purely and simply because it's a self-build and it'll give us a bit more stability here. Drill bit I'm using is a 5mm. About to find out whether or not I've got the right one, but we will see. Gone slightly smaller here. So, drill a small hole just to the right. You see that little thing there? You just want to go to the right of that slightly. Taking the time, no rush. Okay, there we go. Let's just see. Oh, went a bit. Yeah, went a bit too big. Okay, not to worry. Right, so I'll change that for 4.5, and then we'll drill the other one. There you go, got it, good. Right, now that will probably now go, yeah, it's a bit too small now, but not to worry. Okay, so screw that one in. Right, so what I've done is on the routing front, just push this down, I've chosen to actually send the tube underneath the plate here. So this is the, get that out of the way for a minute, this is the shortest one just here, so that one is going to go in the one underneath. Now this one, because it's a little bit longer, make sure you've got the slack in it so it's about right, and then you want to actually cut that. So it's got cutters on, so let's see, where do they go? Just give it a bit of extra slack. Okay, that is now cut, and I'm just going to go above on this one because it's higher. One underneath, one below, like that. So, that's the first bit. Second one is here, and that's going to go on to the other one, which I'm just going to push through here. Anyway, it goes in. Put the tube in on the barb. Yeah, easier said than done. Right, okay. There you go. Right, so that's on. That's on. To be honest, it's in tight enough that it's not going to matter too much. So, those two are now sorted. We're now going to reassemble the printer. And then I'm going to hook up an external waste tank part to these two external bits. Obviously, you can't leave them like this unless you've got a whopping great tray sitting here with pads. Otherwise, it's just going to spurt out everywhere. Okay? Right, so we're now going to reassemble. Spin this round. Let's get to it, because trust me, you're going to need to see what's going on at the back more than you are at the front. Right, now, biggest problem, getting it past the paper guide here, first of all, and a bit at the front. Right, getting these bits back in is the biggest hassle, to be blunt. So you've got to kind of line it up first, as best you can. Check this one. Come on. Trial and error. All brute force. You tool. On this bit here. Right, we're on. Yay! Okay. So there you go, all expertly done, no problems at all. Watch out, like I said, there's a little bit there. There's these little flips and things you've got to get around. But once you get to this stage, you're good to go. Alright, now then, turn it all round. Open it up, move that back across. Right, now you need to screw everything back in. So let's go and get our screws in. These are the ones that I didn't replace, or I didn't take out earlier because we'd already taken them out. I'll put them back in now. So, there you go. One. This one in here. this one in here. Right. Now I'm going to put can't put this one yet because this is what holds it in. But before you put this one on, like I said right at the beginning, you have got to get your flat cable reconnected in. You got to get your flat cable reconnected into the block here. Okay. So I'm going to do that using a pair of forceps for speed, but I'm not going to be able to show you half of this because it is quite literally a pain. So bear with me just while I do this. You are going to hate this bit. I'm guessing if you really wanted to, you could probably take the circuit board off, disconnect it, and then push it home. Take the circuit board off, reconnect it, and then screw everything back on. But my guess is you probably end up pulling the damn thing out anyway. So figuring out how to do this on one, and then moving from there. Right, that's in. Okay, on properly. Good. Isn't the cleanest. Right, that's now back on there. So we got our next screw. I'll put that in the top there. One screw in there. I need to put another screw in inside. So this is the screw that you removed from just down here. Okay, I'm not going to show it to you again, but we haven't got a magnetic screwdriver, so I'm having to use what we've got to get it back in the way it should. Okay, right, here we go. Right, that's it. That one's in. Right, so that panel is now secured and on. This bit's all secured and on. Next up, I've got to put the paper guide back on at the same time as we plug this thing in. So make sure it's right way around. Slot it on. Slot it onto the little peg there. That one down, and there, and you can get it home. Right, so then basically you've got your two pegs, and that's on. Just lost my screwdriver. Right, back on. Then we screw in the last of the ones in the front. Like so. Right, that is all the panels, front and the rear. Now the only other ones left to do are these ones here. So I'm just going to do those now. Right, that's in. Okay, now that's all put back together. We now need to extend out the waste tubes so that we can fit them into our tank. So I'm just going to go and get the tubing for that, and then we're good to go. Here's the printer, here's the waste box. We've got some tubing and everything else. So we're now going to set this up. I'm just going to put a few bits together. Basically we're building this as a custom kit, but what you'd effectively need is a duo waste system. You pull off the normal connectors and then you would plug this onto these, and then next thing we do is hook up the rest of the external tubing and away you go. And that is basically it. So, just turn that around to tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so make sure that there's no folds, it can't fold there, and make sure you've hooked up your tank like we have here, and you are now definitely good to go. Okay, so that's the Printer Potty installed on an Epson Stylus Color 900, and it still works.